All right, this is a continuation on how we move out west, man. I did this yesterday, how we move out west, but we gonna ride today, man. We gonna take this into, emotions when you're in the game. Okay, so I'm gonna speak on power. Book two. The newest episode they just had Friday. So that's where we at. So let's get this thing started, man. All right. Unique Mecca Audio, man. This one here is about Power Book 2, the newest episode. So that's where we at. We're going to pay attention. I'm going to blend everything in. We're going to do a unique ride. Sit in, put your seatbelts on. Let's get this thing right. Let's get it jumping. I don't want y'all getting confused. Let's go. Special announcement, man. If you go to my Cash App, $ Unique Mecca Hall, and it don't say Waynesworth Hall, don't send money. Period. Only Unique Mecca Hall, then it'll show up Waynesworth Hall. That's my account. Nothing else is my account. All right? So this is what it is, man. Unique Mecca Audio, man. We're going to talk about this Power Book 2 episode where Monet wound up killing her husband and, the cop Cooper, how he was a sucker for Jenny. Like I said, I don't like suckers. You know what I mean? Let's get that. I don't like suckers. All right? So that's where we at. Now, I'm going to break this all down so that y'all can understand because I'm going to take y'all on a unique ride. So sit back, put your seatbelt on, buckle in, and just shut up. All right? You haters, shut up. My regular people, sit back and enjoy the ride because y'all know how I like to do this. So we get a lot of new people that don't know how we do it over here at Mecca Audio. So, they put their little fake comments in and then I wind up blocking them and deleting them. But anyway, so now we're going to speak about Monet. Because this is going to be about emotions. How you can't allow your emotions to get caught up while you're in the game. Now, Monet is running on emotions. Her emotion is telling her that her son got killed and she wants the killer of her son by any means. And she put that in the forefront and everything else is secondary. You understand? If you're on the streets, your paper gotta be, your priority and everything else is secondary. That's why we don't love them hoes. You understand what I'm saying? We love what they do for us. We love how they make us feel, but that's secondary because what's most necessary is us getting the bag, period. So you youngins that talk about you're in the street, you want to hustle, you're this, you're that, you're ballers, pay attention. And that's why I say don't get in the game because then you have to know how to control your emotions and be heartless at the same time. You heard that? Control your emotions and be heartless at the same time. And heartless is priority and, your emotions is secondary. Monet in Power Book 2 made her emotions, her priority. She mostly wanted to get the killer. Now, I said I'm going to blend this in with the joint I did yesterday how the New York and New York, DC, East Coast, Philly, New Jersey, and all of us work. When we go out west, we try and keep our numbers stronger. So certain things that we normally wouldn't tolerate on the East Coast, we tolerate on the West Coast because our numbers are small as it is, and we want to keep them healthy. Now, Monet turns around and, she's getting information that it was Lorenzo, her husband, who killed her son that she had for Mecca. Now, y'all remember that, right? Gunshots for Mecca, and a big rest in peace, Now, Lorenzo was in his emotions, so he went to kill Mecca. Now, when he goes to kill Mecca, the son Ezekiel is getting on the plane, and here comes emotional Lorenzo, pulls the trigger, thinking he's killing Mecca, but he kills Monet's son. Big mistake, big mistake. He's sorry for it. You can tell by the way it's tearing him up inside. He don't know what to do. But the person that I give props to in this episode, who to the regular viewers, wasn't a major figure in this episode, is Cain. Because Cain gave him the best jewel. He said, it's best that the bad news come from you than anyone else, Lorenzo. So you need to tell my mother that you killed my brother. And Cain understands how the game go, because even though that's his brother, he had to put his emotions aside and know that the main thing is to move forward to get in the bag. You understand? I lost my brother. Rest in peace to my brother. But it's all a part of this dirty game. And that's why I tell you, don't get involved in the game. Because then you have to have this twisted mentality that I have. And I know it's twisted, but this was embedded in me. This was rooted in me. So you understand. You know what I mean? So this is my foundation. So how many of y'all out there viewers that's looking at this can honestly say, if your brother get killed, that you would put the code and the rules and morals of the game in front of your emotional connection to your own blood? Thank you. Now, the point that I'm making is, I know from where I'm standing at now, at 59 years old, 30 years out the game, 3 decades out the game, that my mentality was twisted. When my brother got killed and they brought the pictures to me, and for those of y'all that didn't hear this story yet, for y'all that had heard it, I was sorry if I have to keep saying it, but they had me handcuffed and shackled to a table like this. My feet chained to the floor. My fists chained to a table. And they laid out a bunch of 8x10 pictures of my brother with his brains blown out. And I had to control my emotions in front of the enemy, because I couldn't let him see that my weakness is my brother. My kryptonite is my brother. But that's not for my enemy to know. I'm giving y'all jewels you can't get nowhere else. Cash App on the screen. Make sure y'all understand how this thing go, and I'm going to keep it 100. All right? Now, special announcement, man. If you go to my Cash App, $Unique Mecca Hall, and it don't say Waynesworth Hall, don't send money. Period. Only Unique Mecca Hall, then it'll show up Waynesworth Hall. That's my account. Nothing else is my account. All right? Now, like I said, you got to control your emotions. I love my brother more than my life. I've protected my brother all my life. But when he lost his life to this game, I had to weigh it on on the street scale. You know what I mean? On the street scale, not my emotional scale, not my biological scale of why and how it went down. You understand what I'm saying? I know you don't, but it's understandable. And I know I'm a twisted individual. And that's why I'm doing my YouTube platform, to make sure that the youngins don't continue or decide to get into this world, so they won't be twisted and emotionally scarred like I am. Where I could lose my brother and chalk it up to the game. How many of y'all could say that? Put it in the comments. I'm keeping it 100. I know I'm dead wrong. I'm telling you I know I'm dead wrong. But the game that we chose to go in has certain code and conduct and rules and regulations that we must honor. My mother was house invasion, tied up, kidnapped, pistol whipping, the whole nine. And we never went to the police. Because that's against the code and conduct of the street. The police didn't help us get the money that the robbers wanted. So there's no way in hell that I could go to the police and say, hey, they kidnapped, tied, and pistol whipped my mother, and now I need your help. No, I don't need your help. When this happened, my mother is a gangstress. Big shout out to the gangstresses out there looking. She didn't call the police. She all the way in Miami. She called all the way to New York to tell me, baby, get your ass down here. And there's a certain tone in your mother or your loved one's voice, whether it's a friend, a relationship, whatever, that you know when they say get here, that means get here. Cash app on the screen. Stop faking. I don't care if it's $1. Now, listen. Now, so you understand what I'm saying. Mom's called me. I went down there and I had to deal with that from the code and conduct of the street. And that didn't involve calling the police. You understand? Now, let me take this. We ride. All right? Let me take this back to power now. Monique loses her son. You understand? And she took it straight to the street, as she should. She didn't tell the cop that was trying to arrest her, trying to find out who killed Ezekiel, that was blaming the murder on her, and none of that, to that cop. She handled it herself from a street point of view, because she's a street gangstress. But her downfall, and I give the script writers a lot of credit, because they put a lot of content in that episode that I know that the normal viewers missed. And that's why I'm breaking it down from a gangster's point of view. Like I said, I'm going to say it again. This is a gangster channel. Gunshots to the gangsters and gangsterettes looking. Suckers that can't understand it, I'm going to pause for a second so you can just get off this channel and go ride somewhere else. Because this is how we keep it real over here at the Mecca with the gangsters and gangstresses. Now, Monet sat there and got emotional, and everything else was clouded, and all she wanted to do was get the killer, no matter who it is. You understand? Then when she got the information from Cooper, the crooked cop that worked for Method Man, she turned around and came back. You understand what I'm saying? And now she's having her emotional thoughts on how to kill her son's killer, who she found out is her husband that she made vows with. But her biological connection and her emotional state helped her to make the choices she made. And I'm telling you, she was wrong. I'm going to explain why she was wrong. Monet was wrong because, you understand? Lorenzo explained to her what happened, and that don't make it no better that it was an accident. But you know that it wasn't no malice behind it. It was jealousy behind what Lorenzo felt for Mecca at the time. So he was acting like a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, but I love her, dog. I love her. It's, he's gonna take her away from me, so I gotta kill him. That's what a sucker do. Gunshots to the suckers. Gunshots to the suckers. All day to the suckers. You know what I mean? Because that's what Lorenzo was at that moment. But now he done killed her son in an emotional, feminine state of mind and body. You know what I mean? So now he done killed Monet's son. Now, Cain, I give the props to because he told Lorenzo, go tell my mother you killed my brother. It's better coming from you than anyone else, and I'm not going to drop dime on you. And now, I'm going to tell you some more about Cain. This going to be a nice episode, so sit back and ride for my gangsters and gangsterettes. And like I said, you sucker, just get out of here. Just get out of here. You know what I mean? Got to give you a gunshot. Now, Cain also know that it was Effie, that put, Tariq's girl Lauren, in the trunk, busted in the head, and dumped the car in the river. You know what I mean? And he trying to get the sex from her. A sucker would have went and told her, oh, it's the nigga you loyal to that you ain't trying to give me the, the punani from, you know what I mean? That want up, killed your girl. You know what I mean? So that Tariq would go back and, start an argument with her, break up with her and all of this. And, you know what I mean? Now it'll be free for him to come in and figure he could get with him and he get off. But Cain is not a sucker. Cain is a gangster so far. Because these writers, you don't know where they're going to go. Somewhere along the line, and mark my words, and if they don't, I pray I'm wrong. But mark my words, somewhere along the line, they're going to make Cain out to do a sucker move. We're human, so we make mistakes. Like when I got hit in the head with a lock in the sock. Big shout out to the nigga hit me in the head with a lock in the sock. You know what I mean? But I can take that. That's what gangsters do. That's why I'm telling you, youngins, if you're not willing, you know what I mean, to take responsibility for your faults, for your mishaps, for your misdeeds, and own up to it, get out the game. If you want to be emotional, get out the game. If you want to be, but I love a dog nigga, get out the game. I'm telling you, man, this game ain't nothing nice, man. Y'all playing games with it by watching these rap videos, made up rap songs, and these YouTube stories from people who wasn't in the game. You being blessed to get the jewels and wisdom and knowledge and wisdom and understanding from a gangster. Cash App on the goddamn screen. Let's get this right. And remember, if it don't say Waynesworth Hall, when you put in $ Unique Mecca Hall, don't send a dime. My joint got a green little thing next to it. That means I'm certified on Cash App, so don't let the suckers fool you. But now, Cain is holding Effie's secrets. He's holding his father's secret that he killed his brother. You understand? Because he's moving under the code and conduct of the game. That we hold each other's secrets. As long as it's not going to harm anyone. You understand what I'm saying? Gunshots to the ones that don't. Get off the channel. Go somewhere else. You know what I mean? If you're trying to get a better understanding, even though you might not agree with me, you don't have to agree with me. But be respectful in the comments when you disagree with me, because I will block you, because I'm not going to give my energy to an emotional troll that want to say something stupid. Nigga, I don't agree with that bullshit. Okay, go somewhere else and talk like that. But you can respectfully say, Unique, I don't agree with that because, and then you state your opinion, and I will gladly respond to your comment. Go to my podcast over Unique Mecca Audio. I'm on Spotify, iTunes, and all that, and download a video at the very least. That's all I'm asking y'all to do. No Cash App, no nothing. Cash App on the screen. If you can't send it, don't want to send it, whatever reason with the Cash App, leave that alone. But it's not going to cost you a dime to go download one of my free audios so you can play it in your car, play it when you're on the plane, going to Jamaica, going to Mexico, going to Cancun, going to Hawaii, or wherever. When there's no internet, you can play it when you download it. So go to my podcast and download it. Now, and my book is on the screen, A Roaring Harlem. I just got a stack of new books, you know what I mean? So we ready to roll. Now, so you understand where I'm at with this. You know what I mean? Let me get back. Cause like I said, I like to ride. So don't mind when I ride and go to my little promos and all that, or I ride and go somewhere else. Just keep your seatbelt on and sit back, man, because there's going to be plenty of jewels for this. You know what I mean? It's good to watch this on your big screen TV with your loved ones so y'all can have this to discuss, because I know a lot of y'all don't. You definitely don't understand, but definitely don't agree with what I'm saying. And you're entitled to disagree, because we could agree to disagree, but we could speak about this in a mature manner, a respectful manner. We can voice our opinions of our disagreements. Now, Kane is the one that I really mess with on that show, because he's moving like a gangster, got no emotion whatsoever. Kane haven't showed emotion yet that I've seen. He trying to get the sex from Effie, you know what I mean? And he can play sucker and tell, you know what I mean, on Effie, you know what I mean, to break up her and Tariq, who she's in love with, and then swoop in and play the romance game and the consoling game with, Effie that, Tariq mad or whatever, but he ain't do none of that. You know what I mean? He waiting his turn to get the punani. As a man should. Any man. And I'm giving y'all some more jewels. That's why I keep saying my Cash App on the screen. Any man that have to downgrade or, talk down on, disrespect another man to a woman to get that woman is a sucker, and he needs a gunshot. You know what I mean? To the suckers. You know what I mean? That's how we get down at the Mecca, man. So let's get this right. That's how we get down. Now, he also know about his father killing his son, but instead he utilized that to his best ability, the same as we did when we was in California, when we had a beef with one of our brothers from the East Coast. We get out west and we put those beefs aside to keep our numbers strong. Cain know that he needs his father, his strength, his wisdom, his knowledge, because it was his father that wound up telling Drew, you understand what I'm saying? And Gordo to come to the hotel that they were set up at trying to sell the guns. And then it was his father that pushed them out the way. Now, if he would have wound up getting mad and killing his father for killing his brother, for putting his mother through the heartache, his father wouldn't have been there to push him out the way of the bullet. His father wouldn't have been there to tell Gordo and Drew to be there, like how they was to rescue him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? This is game you not getting nowhere else. Cash App on the screen, and I got to do it again, man. Special announcement, man. If you go to my Cash App, $ Unique Mecca Hall, and it don't say Waynesworth Hall, don't send money. Period. Only Unique Mecca Hall, then it'll show up Waynesworth Hall. That's my account. Nothing else is my account. All right? Now, like I said, so that's how that play out. We got to keep our strength in numbers. So if we got to beef with somebody on the East Coast, we don't take it to the West Coast because there's only a few of us out there, because that's all the way across country. So we let that ride till we get back to the East, right? To keep our numbers strong. Cain know he needs to keep the family strong. So instead of, getting rid of the father, he demoted the father to be his worker, to be his accomplice. You understand what I'm saying? Because if he would have got rid of the father, he would have been dead. Because when he went to do the thing, the father wouldn't have called Drew and Costello to come over there, Costello to come over there and do what they did. You understand what I'm saying? Gordo, that's his last name, Costello. You know? So now, that's where we at, so you understand. This game is nothing to play with. That's why I'm telling the youth to get out the game and don't get in the game. Can't get no more realer than that, man. Can't get no more realer than that. Now, let me go forward. Now you sit here and Monet is running on straight emotions, and she's so emotional that she don't want to have, you know, the blood of killing her husband on her hands. So she went to the Spanish lady to tell the Spanish lady that it was Lorenzo that had killed her people. And, you know what I mean, the lady should kill Lorenzo. And the lady wasn't stupid because she wasn't working off emotion. She was working off her instinct and desire to get the bag. So she told her, yo, I'm going to let that ride. You know what I mean? Because that'll cause too much problems. In other words, that'll weaken the numbers like how the numbers get weak out west if we bring our beef from out east, out west, when they only sending a handful of us out west anyway. You know what I mean? So she said, nah, it's too much to lose. I'm not going to do that. You know? So then she backtracked. Monet backtracked and she went over there and hollered, you know, at Gordo. And told Gordo that it was her husband that killed Uncle Frank, knowing that now she just released the pit bull on her husband. Because she didn't want to kill him, but she wanted him dead. Like, let me give y'all another story. I'm going to take y'all on a little jailhouse story. I met a dude, right? I ain't going to say no names yet. I might give y'all more about this later in another video. So if you want more about this, let me know. I met a dude. I was bringing weed in Lewisburg. And there was other dudes bringing in weed, heroin, and all types of crap. But I was just bringing in weed just to smoke because I wanted to smoke. You know, I just got locked up. I ain't been in the system 18 months. And a white dude confronted me in Lewisburg and told me he'd give me $5,000 for every balloon that I bring in the prison. $5,000 for every balloon I bring in the prison. And them little balloons, you can go out and swallow 40 of them in a day. So they could have made it, you know what I mean, a quick 20,000. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, by just grabbing 4 of them for them. You understand? But I had to ask him as a man, okay, what's in the balloon that you're going to give me $5,000 for? And he kept it 100 because he can't play no game, because I would have killed him right there if he would have told me it was one thing, it was something else, and then I found out it was something else, and I would have found out because I would have had my girl open it to look at it before she brought it in. This white man was trying to bring C4 into the federal prison. It was trying to get niggas that was stupid enough to be greedy enough. They say they want $5,000 to bring C4 into the goddamn prison. No way in hell am I getting involved with that. You understand what I'm saying? No way in hell. You know? So, you know, just showing you how crazy this is and how you can't let greed drive you. You know, it's a whole nother joint, man. It's a whole nother joint. Now, so, you know, like I said, Monet going through her little emotional thing. So she goes and she tells the son, Uncle Frank's son, that it was her husband that killed him. She sat back because she didn't want to have the blood on her hands. So now here he comes and he turns around, right? He turns around and goes and kills her husband. She's playing spades with her kids, talking about, oh, we got to talk, all of us, when Poppy get here, like she don't know what's going on. You know, that's where she's being heartless, as she should, because that's how the game is played. But she was being emotional by killing her husband to weaken her numbers behind a mistake that her husband made when he didn't intentionally or willingly choose to kill her son. He was being an emotional sucker. But I love a dog, nigga. Gunshots. Anytime I say, but I love a dog, I gotta hit a gunshot. Because that's what they get. That's what they get. You know what I mean? You can't be out there like that. Nah. You can't do that. You know what I mean? So that's where she was at. We had another, but I love a dog, nigga, besides Lorenzo in this episode. That was Cooper. Cooper all in love with this, with Jenny, the female prosecutor that's hiding Lauren out in the crib in the suburbs. He followed her because he thought it was a nigga. He thought it was another man that she was seeing. So he followed her and stumbled on, that Lauren was still alive and what's going on. And then he told her, make a choice between me and you. And Jenny was more gangster than him. She said, my choice is to honor the code of conduct that I took to get these niggas off the street. So I don't care nothing about how good you licky me. I don't care how good you sticky me. I'm hustling to bring these niggas down. So you can take your licky and your sticky and go somewhere else. Gunshots to your emotional, but I love a dog ass nigga ass. You know what I mean? That's where we at. That's where we at. I feel like right now I feel like a preacher in a church. I feel like a professor at a school. You know what I mean? And I know I'm giving y'all jewels. The Cash App just flashed on the screen. I ain't got to do the commercial again. You know what I mean? You already know when you put a $ Unique Mecca Hall, it's going to say Waynesworth Hall. If it don't say Waynesworth Hall after that, don't send a goddamn dime. But anyway, so that's where we at. He told her, make a choice. Is it going to be me or that? And she said, was you stupid? Don't you know that what we had was just sex, nigga? And that's how you young niggas out there hustling, meeting these females have to look at it. Don't think that they love you, dog. Because they don't love you, dog. At all, they don't love you. And now let me tell you another one. Now, when we go to prison, you know what I mean? Or should I say you youngins that's out there continue to do the bull crap you're doing. When you go to prison, the girl that you got living in your nice house, buying the cars, buying the jewelry, buying expensive bags, going on trips with, is gonna be the first female to leave you. But you know who's gonna be the one to stay with you? It's gonna be the one that you seen on the side and didn't really care about, but that one on the side loved you, but you didn't see the love because you was blinded by the love of this other woman that you was feeling. So you can't be selfish and emotional on the street. Yeah, you love a dog. You love a dog. Gotta give another gunshot. You know what I mean? But you love her. And this is what you saying. You love her, you buying her everything out, living with you, you disrespecting the other females on the street. They don't even have to be females you see on the side. It might just be another female that's in your life, but you're not paying her no mind because you chasing your own selfish emotions. Instead, I'm giving y'all some jewels, man. And y'all gotta cuss me out. I gotta play my commercial after this jewel. I'm gonna give you this jewel and this worth the Cash App that's on the screen right here. I'm gonna give y'all some jewel that's worth the Cash App. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give y'all some vicious jewels right now, so you fully understand what I'm saying. Now, you know what I mean? The ones we love, you know what I mean? The ones we love, you know what I mean? Don't mean that they love you back. You have to choose if you're in the street, you choose the woman that love you, not the one that you love. Choose the woman that love you, because that's the one that's going to be loyal to the love they have for you. But the ones you love, You're going to be loyal to them, but there's no loyalty being reciprocated. Cash App is going to be on the screen. You know what time it is. All right? Special announcement, man. If you go to my Cash App, $ Unique Mecca Hall, and it don't say Waynesworth Hall, don't send money. Period. Only Unique Mecca Hall, then it'll show up Waynesworth Hall. That's my account. Nothing else is my account. All right? Now, like I was saying, you know what I mean? You love the ones that love you, not the ones that you love. Because you blinded by your stupid ass emotions, my nigga. Listen, you know, I'm going to tell you one. My man Big C from the Supreme Team, we out west in California. You know what I mean? He went and he robbed, a Mexican dude and took his heroin. You know what I mean? Because he's straight. And like I said, he took his heroin. He didn't steal it. He didn't hide and sneak in the cell when he wasn't there. He ran up in the nigga's cell with his knife by himself and took the man's heroin. He come to the yard and he break everybody down, with a little piece so that we could sell it to make some stamps so that we could put some commissary in our locker. Because when you eat, you make sure your family eat. So C went, risked his life, put a knife to a dude's neck and told him, give me your shit, nigga. Took his shit. He came to the yard and he broke everybody down a little piece. And then he kept the bulk of what he wanted to keep for himself. Now, one of the homeboys, that was his man, his right-hand man in the crimes. But he didn't take him on this crime. His man is sitting there, he got an attitude saying, man, I can't believe this all you gave me, man. You got all that shit. You took a half ounce and you only gave me 2 grams, man. I can't believe I only got 2 grams out of a half ounce. You know what I mean? And he was in his feelings. And my man C told him, rest in peace to C from the Supreme Team. And let's give him a round of applause. My man Big C from the Supreme Team. Like I said, I know everybody and I deal with them intimately on the most gutterish level. You know what I mean? So I understand the brothers in the sewer with me and the ones that's straddling the sewer that choose to come down there and get their feet wet once in a while. C told my man, I ain't gonna say his name because like I said, I don't disrespect nobody on my channel. C told my man, he said, yo, you sitting there like you in your feelings. And my man said, yeah, I'm in my feelings because I would have went with you. And any other time we would have blah, blah, blah. And C said, look, my nigga, C said it straight like this. Show y'all gangster C is. If y'all want some more C stories, let me know. This Big C for the Supreme Team down with Preem and Prince and them. C said, I'll wipe my ass with your feelings, nigga. C told another man that was in his feelings because he didn't give him what he thought he should have given him for the jokes that C did on his own. Cash App on the screen. C said, I'll wipe my ass with your feelings. That's how much I care about your feelings. Your feelings mean shit to me, nigga. Because that's how gangster C was, so you understand. C told him straight up, I'll wipe my ass with your feelings. I mean, come on, my nigga. How gangster can you get? Because that's how we as gangsters feel about niggas in their feelings. We wipe our ass with your feelings. And I know you'll wipe your ass with my feelings because you don't care how I feel. You care about what I can do for you. The same with the females that you think you love. They don't care about you. They care about what you could do for them, the doggy style and the name you got that they want to carry and say they are part of you. So if y'all want to keep that Cash App on the screen, I'm going to say it again. You know what I mean? Because this is too much jewels for y'all to be getting, man. I've been on here, God damn, I've been on here 40 minutes messing with y'all already, man. And y'all act like y'all don't respect that the game is to be sold, not told. You tip when you go to the goddamn restaurant. I went to Ricardo's the other day. Big shout out to Ricardo's. Big shout out to Ricardo's. I went to Ricardo's the other day, and it's like, when I was done eating, they gave me a check, and then for the price of the food, the tax, and then they also put in it 15% tip. I had to pay a tip. I did like the service at Ricardo's, so I had no problem giving it to them. But my thing is, don't tell me what I got to tip you. Because maybe I didn't like the service, but I don't have the money to tip you. I just had the money to buy your meal. But they added that in the bill, my nigga. They added the tip in the bill. I'm not adding anything. I'm letting y'all know that my Cash App on the screen. If you can't do that, give me an emoji, hit the like, and definitely subscribe. Who's not subscribed, at least subscribe, and I'm happy with that. Or go to my podcast and download a video so I can get these 1,000 views. That's how you support the movement. Everything is not about monetary. They got something back in the days that the Europeans came up with called bartering. A barter system is where they didn't have any currency at the time, so they say, look, I'll give you my daughter and give me a cow. You know what I mean? Take my daughter and give me a cow. You know what I mean? Or, I'll plow your field, give me some grain. That's called bartering. So what I'm doing now, I'm bartering with you. If you ain't got a Cash App to give a nigga, all you do is go to my podcast and download a video at Unique Mecca Audio Podcast. It's on Spotify and all the major, what they call them, podcast channels. The iTunes, iPodcasts and all that, Amazon, Apple. But go there and just download a video. That's my barter to you. You enjoying my content? Go download a video. I don't think that's asking too much. But now, like I said, I've been on here 40 minutes already. I'm about to tap out. This is my breakdown of Power Book 2 last episode. And this is the jewels that I'm giving you for survival. Gunshots to survival. So now, let me tap out, give y'all my little outro. But before I give you the outro, I'm going to give you this right here real quick. Special announcement, man. If you go to my Cash App, $ Unique Mecca Hall, and it don't say Waynesworth Hall, don't send money. Period. Only Unique Mecca Hall, then it'll show up Waynesworth Hall. That's my account. Nothing else is my account. We back. You know what I mean? So this is where I'm going to end. Like, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Keep it 100. Let's keep this thing moving. And we out of here. Cheers. Cheers. Crime.
King of 26, back on the strip, get back in the mix. What mentions a gift? Stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in hall. We cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you gon' get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you gon' visit. Then you consider yourself linked in. Sit front row, get used from a kingpin. I went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention with stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grands got along. A man that generated minutes on the block. Did his time, never squill it to the cops, make the audio. Get it out like 2 G's in the night. Drop top, being so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind. Spend a couple bands on the dapper band. You got the pen, eating green like Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw uptown. They hard uptown, the minute they bust down. Now we on the positive, you gotta lock it. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, living dead. He started in uptown, he finished dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars, buying property, they make the community yard. So we can give back to the youth them, cause they the truth them. And bless up to all of the